Rapidly, the official count of cases jumped nearly 60% in the last 24 hours. The head of the Chinese Health Commission says people carrying the virus largely not showing symptoms for nearly 2 weeks, meaning they can infect others without ever knowing they have the disease. The CDC is expanding its travel warning to include all of China. The U.S. government asking American citizens to avoid traveling anywhere in China if they can. There are confirmed cases now in America, Australia, France, and a dozen other countries in Asia. With me now, I'm joined by Ke Zhang. Ke is a Israeli resident who just returned to Tel Aviv from a trip to China. Thank you so much for being with me. I want to ask about what you experienced at the airport, because as we now know, this is being spread around the world and people are infecting others without showing symptoms. So when you were at the airports in China and also in Tel Aviv, what screening did you go through?
Well, at the airport in Tel Aviv, I didn't notice anything particularly different except the fact that the custom control officers were wearing face masks. And I think on the side of Israel, it's pretty general. It's pretty usual, I would say. However, on the other hand, from China, as I travel a little bit over there, I did notice there is an increasing staff in terms of healthcare. I did notice there were a lot more health professionals over there. There are different stops, several staff that will be taking the temperature of the passengers while you are in the airport. And also the cabin crew would take your temperature while you're on board. Are
you surprised that in Tel Aviv, when you returned, there wasn't more of a screening process? Would you have been okay with a more intense health screening and temperature taking process, or do you think that would have been too invasive?
Well, I did follow the news from Ministry of Health before I took my flight to Tel Aviv. And I did notice that they did not issue any particular warning in terms of passengers that travel to China that are entering Israel. So I sort of expected that it would not be as, you would call it, invasive or intrusive in any way. But I did notice there's a difference between the airport in China and the one in Israel. But I think it's also really due to the fact that it's definitely more severe in China than here in Israel. That so far as far as I know, there are not really confirmed cases.
All right, Ke Zhang, thank you so much for being with us. Welcome back to your home here in Tel Aviv. Thank you for the update on what it was like to travel back home. We're going to go now once again to I-24 News correspondent Pierre-Claude Schendler, joining us live in Ramallah. A day after the unveiling of the deal of the century, Abbas has said he supports street demonstrations, but today, right, Pierre, they have been largely muted.